All right, hello football fans. It's that time again. It's time for this right here to take place. Meaning it's time for the season opener. The Who, as you can see, is Louisiana Monroe. The game will take place on August the 31st, 2013 at Owen Family Memorial Stadium, 6 p.m. on Fox pay-per-view broadcast. There will be a Fox pay-per-view broadcast. There will also be a rebroadcast of the game in its entirety, minus the halftime report. That broadcast, the rebroadcast, will be in Oklahoma only that I know of, and it will be at 9 a.m. on Monday on Fox Sports Oklahoma in Tulsa and in Oklahoma, respectively. The game was being called by Ron Thuland, who's called a couple of Oklahoma time games in his career, Dave Lapham, and Big 12 weekly host, Sooner Game Day host, Chad McKee will be calling the game. Speaking of Sooner Game Day, a little information for you. The Sooner pregame will take place an hour before each game now, meaning that the game's at 6 o'clock this week with ULM. It'll be 5 o'clock this week and next week against West Virginia, respectively. An hour before kickoff is when the Sooner Game Day will take place live on the air. Things to know about this series. Last year, ULM played at Arkansas, at Auburn, and they played Big 12 foe Baylor. In Arkansas last year, ULM scored 34 points in the upset. In one of the better non-conference games for ULM last year against Auburn, ULM scored 28 points. And last year in Waco, ULM scored 42 points. So that's a lot of points. Against three pretty good teams as far as we're concerned. These two teams in Oklahoma and ULM have never played before. Therefore, ULM has never beaten Oklahoma. Oklahoma's played a team from the Sun Belt Conference before, Arkansas State. Back in the national championship year of 2000, Oklahoma beat them 45-7 in Norman. ULM has only been in Division I program like the Sun Belt Conference since 2005, to where they don't have any conference titles. Before that, they were in the independent league like Notre Dame. Oklahoma does have a couple of conference championship appearances and conference championship games. They have them in 2000, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2006, 2008, 2010, and last year they tied Kansas State in 2012. ULM coach, Louisiana Monroe coach Todd Berry is in his 4th year at Louisiana Monroe. It's his 3rd big-time job. He was also at Illinois State from 1996 to 1999, at Army from 2000 to 2003, and here at ULM since 2010. Last year, ULM was 8-5, second in their Sun Belt Conference, tying them in the division, and they lost their bowl game of 2012, which was the Independence Bowl, to Frank Solich and Ohio, 45-14 in the Independence Bowl. And then, of course, Big Game Bob, Oklahoma, Bob Stoops. In his 14th year at Oklahoma, from 1999 to present, all at OU. Last season went 10-3 for the Sooner Schooners. Tied them for first and won a tie share of the conference title in 2012. They did, however, lose their Cotton Bowl game of 2012 to Texas A&M in now AT&T Stadium, 41-13 to Johnny Football and Texas A&M. Injuries. ULM, they don't really have any injuries coming in. It's only week 1, so why would you have injuries in week 1, right? Oklahoma, though, does have some injuries going into week 1. Jordan Smallwood, the wide receiver, has a foot fracture. DJ Ward, the linebacker defensive end, has a stomach issue. And Kendall Thompson, the third-string quarterback, has a foot contusion also. The best wins for these two teams last year, ULM, what about those 34 points put up against Arkansas? A 34-31 win for Arkansas last year. For ULM last year at Arkansas. And then Oklahoma last year, well, the official Cotton Bowl didn't go too well with the Texas A&M loss. But what about the unofficial Cotton Bowl? Oklahoma, Texas. Or Texas at Oklahoma. 63-21 in the Cotton Bowl. Win for Oklahoma. Bowl records for each side. Todd Berry, ULM, 0 for 1, which was last year's bowl record. 0.00 is average in that he's 0 for 1. Bobby Stoops, in 14 years, is 7 for 7, batting .500. There are 3 main goals for the teams this weekend, in my opinion, for Oklahoma. First of all, the offense has to stay balanced. They cannot force mistakes. Remember last year in the 34-31 win over Arkansas, ULM just got all over their quarterback. They rattled the quarterback pretty quickly, even took him out of the game. We can't have Trevor Knight taken out of this game. If it happens like that, what you're going to be doing is you're just going to be sticking either Blake Bell or Cody Thompson in at quarterback. Cody Thompson, of course, the true freshman out of Texas, and then Blake Bell last year from the Belldozer. You don't want to force them into the situation. If Trevor Knight doesn't play well and he's in this situation, that's different. But you do not want to force Trevor Knight in there. So you have got to stay balanced, and you cannot force the ball, particularly now that Trevor Knight's the starting quarterback as a redshirt freshman. Defense, play hard and don't get discouraged. Remember, against SEC teams, probably the best in the conference, in all college football, they scored 34 points against Arkansas, 28 points against Auburn, and then in our division, in Baylor, they scored 42 points, which we all know Baylor can score points. So, you have got to play hard and don't get discouraged because you can't stop them, because they are a good team. Special teams, put Trevor Knight in good field position with Jalen Saunders. Good field position. And you should be okay in this matchup. And we should be ready for West Virginia next week against a West Virginia at home for the strike game. Now, remember, the game is on Fox Sports pay-per-view. So you have to pay your $39.99 to see this game, or the rebroadcast will happen at 9 a.m. on Monday. If you're going to be listening to the game instead of so that you can watch the game on Fox Sports Oklahoma, you already know what's going to happen, and you want to just listen to the game so you don't have to pay your $39.99, you can do that too. On the call, of course, as always, will be my good buddy, Toby Rowland. His sideline assistant, or his sideline analyst, will be Merv Johnson. And then on the sidelines will be the Chris Plank, Dusty Dvorak, and Teddy Lehman from the Sports Talk Network. This has been the Oklahoma University, Louisiana Monroe football preview broadcast. Everyone stay here. And as always, Boomer Sooner, everybody. Take care till next week. Bring on West Virginia.